It's Tuesday. It's the 20th day of September 2022. It's about 8:30 in the morning. It is a foggy Monday morning, about 60 degrees here at Site B. And remember yesterday when I did the thing about Secret Ninja Dungeon Master Training, and I said there was no such thing as Secret Ninja Dungeon Master Training? Well, welcome to the first episode of Secret Ninja Dungeon Training, formerly known as GM Tips. But I decided to change the name. So today's Secret Ninja Dungeon Training, or Game Master's Tips, is a pretty simple one. And I'm surprised more people don't use this one. It's a calendar. Simple, easy to find. Usually you can find one free. Calendar. It's got all the months of the year in it. It's got all the days. And it's a perfect prop, a perfect Game Master tools for keeping track of how many days have passed in your adventure. I mean, sure, you could get a blank one and be pretentious and use your own names for the months and the days of the week if you really want to, instead of just using the months that are free. I mean, if you need to change the name from September to Blockerflam for whatever. God, Kitten is hyper today. Steve, everybody say hi to Steve the cat. I guess he's got spring fever or something. Yeah, so, you just get a calendar. You probably have gotten them for free. You get one for free from the real estate agent and the dentist and the exterminator and probably where you live. And you can just go to the 99-cent store and get a small, daily, monthly work calendar. Or you can get a little one with kittens. You could probably even find one with unicorns and dragons. And, just the very first day of your game is the very first day, on the calendar. It doesn't have to match. You just say, we're starting the campaign today. Today is January 1st. Every time you take a 8-hour rest, that cuts the day in half. If you say we're going to wait for a day, I mark off a day. If it takes you 3 days to get from point A to point Z, I mark off 3 days on the calendar. If I have something special planned, like the Moon Festival or Orc Invasion, I'll write it in on the calendar. Well, I might not write in Orc Invasion because I don't want you to know that I have an Orc Invasion planned. But, I might make a note to myself that on the calendar that on September 15th, the Orcs invade or whatever. But yeah, you just give the players a calendar, and that way they know how much time has passed and how much time they're wasting. If they want to say, I want to spend 3 days in town, you show them that you marked off 3 days. And if they're on a time constraint, like, you've got to do this within 10 days or the temple gets destroyed and they're wasting time shopping, you just start marking up. It's such a simple idea to just grab a cheap-ass calendar and use it to keep track of the days. And it works for any game, not just fantasy, superheroes, modern day, space, whatever. There's so much time where players just waste days and take, multiple rests. And since there's nothing tangible letting them know how much time has actually passed and how much time of what they're doing affects things, and they can actually, but if you just put a cheap ass calendar down, they can see the progression. They can see how the world changes. They can see how much time they're wasted. They can have records of important moments. Hey, remember one on, November 15th when we killed the giant and everybody in the town celebrated, and now there's a holiday every year that celebrates us killing the giant. That's marked on the calendar. Player characters' birthdays can be marked on the calendar. Player character's death can be marked on the calendar. Important dates that are important to the players can be marked on the calendars. Important festivals that are important to the DM. If you have something planned, like I said, and I know that on August 15th, the dragon's going to fly by and destroy the town. So I could just make a little note to myself and then check my notes so I don't forget that, 6 days have passed and, I have an invasion planned, or, a character's been poisoned for 4 days and they haven't bothered to cast, cure disease or remove poison. And you're like, okay, every day he's getting closer to that day where I have to make him make the save or die save and he hasn't had cure disease cast because, if you don't give them a tangible thing showing time passing, they will probably ignore it. Even an 8-hour rest is important if you're checking for wandering monsters every hour. So yeah, just grab a cheap ass calendar, Keep it in your collection of DM props and just put it down on the table and just mark off the days, and it will give them a sense of urgency if they see that the amount of time they're wasting actually matters, and if they see that the things they're doing are actually important, and if they get that sense of impending doom, what's going to happen on November 1st, stuff like that. Why is the celebration of Sandwich Day so important? How many days to the disease kills me? Yeah, if you give them that physical representation, it really does. Blech, I'm a mess today, sorry. Support me, soda. I will sell out. That physical representation of time passing really is important. And we're going to get into talking about daily timers and hourly timers and combat timers and, threat timers and all these great suggestions that we have cherry picked from Hank over at Runehammer and Blades in the Dark. But a lot of these ideas about time passages comes from Hank over at Runehammer. So if you haven't had a chance to check out Hank over at Runehammer and all the amazing videos he's made about playing Dungeons and Dragons like a badass, link down below. If there's top 5 channels I would recommend for anybody to watch that isn't mine, Hank over at Runehammer is probably number 1. I've learned so much from watching his videos every day. So yeah, calendars. Think about it. Probably going to get one you probably have one for free. If not, you can get one for $1.06. That's today's Secret Ninja Game Master training. If you appreciate the Secret Ninja Game Master training, take a moment to like and share and subscribe and support the OGGM adventures by picking up some of my merch or just subscribing if you haven't subscribed yet. Until next time, have a great day. Stay warm, stay safe, stay dry. Keep track of those days and get off my land.